After a hectic collation process which lasted for over 12 hours, INEC suspends collation of results and declaration of a winner as supplementary elections will be conducted at Iyala local government area of Anambra State, the only disenfranchised local government area during the just concluded elections, with 326 polling units affected.
We have collated results for 20 out of the 21 local government areas. The astounding result is for Ihiala local government area, where for various reasons, the Commission could not deploy materials yesterday. Consequently, based on constitutional considerations and provisions of the Electoral Act, as well as revised regulations and guidelines for the conduct of election issued by the Commission, supplementary election is indicated for Ihiala local government area. First, Section 179(2) of the Constitution provides for a candidate to secure both the highest number of votes cast and 25% of votes cast in at least 2/3 of the local government areas of the state to be declared the winner of the governorship election. Therefore, it is important to complete the election in Ihiala local government area to make this determination. Also, Section 1793 of the Constitution provides that a runoff election shall take place if no candidate meets the requirement of subsection 2 of the section. Such a runoff shall be between the candidate with the highest number of votes and one among the remaining candidates who secure a majority of votes in the highest number of local government areas in the state. This further underscores the importance of conducting election in Ihiala local government area, so that we shall be covering all the local government areas to make the declaration. Second, Section 26 of the Electoral Act envisages the postponement of an election where there is a cogent and verifiable reason to do so, especially threat of breach of the peace. One major reason for not deploying for election in Ihiala local government area on Saturday, 6th November, is due to security threats, which led to staffing and transportation constraints, among others. Finally, Clause 47 of the revised regulation and guidelines for the conduct of elections provides that supplementary election shall be conducted where the Commission, due to logistical challenges, is unable to deploy on election day. Given the foregoing, it becomes imperative to bring Ihiala local government area at par with the other 20 local government areas in this election before we can make a valid declaration or take any further action based on the extant law.
Professor Florence Banku-Obi, INEC returning officer, declares this at the early hours of Monday, 8th of November 2021.
I, Professor Florence Banku-Obi, in my capacity as returning officer for this election, hereby announce the suspension of the process of collation of results and declaration of a winner until the supplementary election is held in the 326 polling units in Ihiala local government area of the state. I have conferred with the Commission being the body responsible for fixing the date of the election, and the Commission has decided that the supplementary election will take place on Tuesday, 9th November 2021. Therefore, the collation of results shall resume. Thereafter, once more, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you all for your exceptional conduct so far and appeal to you to support INEC during the supplementary election so that we can bring this election to a satisfactory conclusion for the good of the people of Anambra State, the people of Nigeria, and to the glory of God. Thank you very much, and God bless us.
Reacting to the declaration, party agents and observers asked this to say.
Well, the process has been a very long and tedious one, as you know. Somebody like me, I came here last night thinking that the collation was going to start last night, but it did not start. And we came back at 10 o'clock this morning, and then we had the short break. We started at, I think, at 11 o'clock, a few minutes past 11. And here we are. I don't know what time it is now. It's probably midnight, past midnight. So it has been a very tedious process. However, the declaration that the State Collation officer made, the Vice Chancellor, Honorable Vice Chancellor of University of Calabar, was the right one, because we have one whole local government with over 300 polling units that are still outstanding. There was no single election held in that particular local government. So there were some activities in the other 20 local governments. So you have to bring that particular local government to par with the other 20. Because you will remember, if you were here all morning, you will remember that there are some local governments, some registration areas, and some polling units where there were also issues, and those ones were deferred. So the explanation that we got was that you have to bring Ihiala to par with everybody else before you start considering those other units within the local government. So the declaration that she made that there is no winner, there is no declaration because you have to complete the process. To me, that is the correct thing. And our party stands by that.
Yes, it is postponed for fairness and equity. It is postponed to give other people franchise. Those people who are there are also disenfranchised, so they need to participate in the election, and to give them opportunity to participate. And then the other people who are there who feel that if you call the other result without calling the other one, then the people will feel that you have not done a complete work. So by Tuesday, it's not very far. A complete work will be done by Tuesday.
Well, we are going to go back and see what we are going to do. Of course, I am not the only person in the party. I'm not the head of the party. I am not the candidate. I am part of the campaign. So we'll go back to the drawing board and see what we need to do. And if any places where we need to cross some T's, we must do it. We will do it. I mean, we've been down this road before, so it's not a new thing for us.
What they will have done, maybe to put more hands. But you know that INEC themselves, there are shortage of staff because due to fear, some people dropped. So because some people dropped, they didn't have sufficient hand. That's what we observed to do that. So they had to make do with what they had. And that local government they have many polling units, almost 300 and some years polling units. So instead of doing this and not doing it well, they decided to wait for it. So I know it put people in anxiety, but by Tuesday it will be over.
Orumba North local government. I said that the coalition agent constituted a committee made up of 18 other returning officers from local governments that were not involved in that particular Orumba. They went and they looked at the process, they looked at what happened, they found some inconsistencies, they found some discrepancies, and they said, for them to be sure about this, that they need to go back to the source of data. The source of data is you have to go to the BVAs. However, they were informed that the BVAs are not here at the INEC headquarters in Oka, that they are far away in Orumba. I guess, I don't know, but they are not here. Therefore, we cannot use them. But to move forward, that we needed to come to a compromise. And that was the basis of my last statement before the declarations that were, the results that were announced. What I said to her was, it is good that she exercised patience and rigor in looking at this thing. However, we as a country, to make sure that we always do the right thing, we must always define what the definition of is. And when we do that, then we're able to do the right things. All of us, we're all Nigerians. Nobody is fooling anybody. When we watch these things on CNN, what Americans are doing or the Europeans are doing, we are very happy. We hail them. But when it comes to our turn to do the right thing, then we start trying to cut corners. That is why I said that it is important that we must know what the definition of is, because that is the right thing to do. Your name once again? My name is Chibuzo Obiako, and I'm state agent for APC. Yes, sir.
INEC, they did well, but not completely well, because they need to do something based on the beavers. A lot of people were disenfranchised in different places we went to. They couldn't vote. They said there were too many people who voted, because some people, out of sympathy, some POs, they allowed them to vote because their names were there, but the beavers didn't capture them, their face, their hand, they had issues. So then some people didn't have network. Then trying to do one person severally, they find that the beavers started getting weak, the battery started running down. Some areas we went to, they didn't have network. They have to improve on network. Some have AIT, some have ATEL. Then in the areas it could only cover the NTA and GLOW, yes. So they say that as observers, we should please put in our report that INEC need to do something by putting multiple networks so I can carry them. Some of them had to share their Wi-Fi, yes, on their own to do that.